how is A related to B? How is A related to B? So two statements have been given. This is statement 1 and statement 2, right? Statement 1 and statement 2. What is statement 1? A is the sister-in-law of C, who is the daughter-in-law of B, who is the wife of D, right? And statement 2 says B is the mother of A's son's only uncle's son. So I think we'll have to draw the family tree for both of them, each one of them, and then see which one gives us the answer, right? Or we may have to go for a combination. So let's start with statement 1 first, right? This is statement 1 and this is statement 2. So let's draw the family tree for statement 1. A is the sister-in-law of C. Now this is where I actually get confused. When you say A is the sister-in-law of C, what do? A is definitely a female person, that's for sure. A is the sister-in-law of C. But there are two types of sister-in-law, right? A could be C's brother's wife. So your brother's wife is your sister-in-law, right? Your brother's wife is your sister-in-law. Or A could be C's spouse's wife, spouse's sister, right? C is a male guy, let's assume. C's wife's sister is sister-in-law. Or C is female, let's assume. So C's husband's sister is also sister-in-law. So there are two types basically. Sister-in-law could be your brother's wife or could be your spouse's sister. Yeah. So what do you take is the biggest question that we have here. So what I'll do is I'll just park this for a moment. A is the sister-in-law. See, let's look at the remaining part of the statement. Who is the daughter-in-law of B? Who here refers to C? You know, right? Who always refers to the preceding person. So here C is the daughter-in-law of B. C is the daughter-in-law of B. So try to plan that. C is the daughter-in-law of B. C is the daughter-in-law. So C is female. Daughter-in-law of B, meaning what? C is husband. We don't know who that person is. And that husband's parent is B. That husband's parent is B. You're able to follow? Sorry. C is the daughter-in-law of B. So B's son's wife. Your son's wife is your daughter-in-law, right? That's the point here. Your son's wife. So B's son's wife is C. So C becomes the daughter-in-law of B. Again, is B the father or mother is not known to us. That is not known to us, but this is the element. This is the leg of the family tree. Who is the wife of D? Look at the other part. Who is the wife of D? Who is who here? B. B is the wife of D. We have connected this one. Now let's connect this. B is the wife of D. B is the wife of D, meaning B is female, wife of D. So there is a double-headed arrow between D. Again, understand the significance of this two heads here on both the sides of the arrow, right? I mean, double-headed arrow, meaning what? It's a married couple. These notations, conventions have been discussed in our blood relations video, right? If it is a single-headed arrow like this one, it represents a different relationship, father to son or parent to child, siblings, etc. But double-headed arrow mean they are married couple. It represents a married couple. So D and B as husband and wife. C and this person also husband and wife, or wife and husband. Now try to connect the sister-in-law leg here, right? A is the sister-in-law of C. D is the male guy first of all, right? So C is the daughter-in-law of B, who's the wife of D. So that's the part. Now look at this first part. A is the sister-in-law of C. A is the sister-in-law of C. Now there are two relationships possible. There are two relationships possible. A is the sister-in-law of C. So C's husband's sister could be A. So I'm using a dotted line here because I'm not sure whether this is the exact relationship that it is referring to. Sister-in-law of C. So C's husband's sister is A. Right? That's one possibility. What's the other possibility? A could be C's brother's wife. Let's assume C has one brother. There is no mention of that brother here, right? There is no mention of that brother. But let's assume that C has that brother. I mean, ideally I should be using a dotted line because even this is not for sure. So you don't have to do all this drama in the exam. Only for the sake of clear explanation, I'm doing this. So C has a brother. Who's that brother? We don't know. And that brother's wife is A. So this is one possibility. This is possibility 1. This is the other possibility. You understand? This represents spouse's sister. This represents brother's wife. Yes or no? Brother's wife. So A could be C's brother's wife or C's husband's sister. Yeah. Now what is the question? How is A related to B? How is A related to B? Can I decide how is A related to B? See, in this case, in the first leg, what is the relationship between A and B? B's son's sister. Your son's sister is your daughter. So I can say A is the daughter of B. A is the daughter of B, right? B's son is this person, whoever that person is. And that person's sister. So your son's sister is your daughter. So I can say A is the daughter of B. A is the daughter of B. Very specific. A is the daughter of B. But when I look at this side, What is the relationship between A and B? You know, that's complex, right? A is husband's sister's mother-in-law. Your husband's sister. So your sister-in-law's mother-in-law. Your sister-in-law's mother-in-law. So basically, such a relationship actually, I mean, we don't have a direct word for that, this kind of a relationship, right? Actually, we cannot say it does not exist. Of course, there's a relationship between A and B, but that's not like a, not even like a, definitely not a blood relation and not even a in-law type of relation, right? Your in-laws in-law, your in-laws, sisters in-laws. You're getting it? So this is actually complex. Yeah, I can say that this is complex and then go for this as the answer. But then the point is, strictly speaking, answer cannot be determined. Answer cannot be determined. What is this relationship? What is this relationship? This is the A is the daughter of B. This represents A is the daughter of B. Now you may ask me, what should we do in the exam? Now if you look at the bank exams, the way answers are given there, we usually go for a closer relationship. Which is a closer relationship here? Closer relationship is that A is the daughter of B instead of this one, right? A is the daughter of B. So A is the daughter of B can be taken as the answer. Basically, we can say that answer can be determined using option 1, using statement 1. But strictly, I would still say answer cannot be determined because this could also be the relationship. But going by the usual history, they would say A is the daughter of B. So option statement 1 is sufficient, is what we can say. Look at statement 2. Maybe statement 2 will help us definitely decide what is this relationship. Is it possibility 1 or possibility 2? I mean, that could be the case. So let's look at statement 2. Let's look at statement 2. First of all, we have to look at statement 2 independently. We don't have to consider statement 1 when you're looking at statement 2, right? Look at statement 2 independently, and then if required, we will combine the two statements. So what is statement 2? B is the mother of A's son's only uncle's son. B is the mother of A's son's only uncle's son. A's son. A's son. We don't know who that son is. B is the mother of A's son's only uncle's son. A's son has got only one uncle. A's son has got only one uncle. First of all, A's gender is not known to us. You understand? A's gender is not known to us. And the fact that A's gender is not known to us, I can say that statement 2 is not sufficient. Because for me to find out how is A related to B, I should definitely know the gender of A. In this whole statement, we will never get to know the gender of A. B is the mother of A's son's only uncle's son. So now uncle of this person, A's son is this person, right? Uncle of this person could be A's brother or A's wife's brother or A's husband's brother. I mean, depending on what A's wife or husband. You're able to follow. Uncle could be your father's brother or your mother's brother. And B is the mother of that uncle's son. So basically, B is the wife of that uncle. B is the mother of A's son's only uncle's son. B is the mother of your uncle's son. B is the mother of your uncle's son, meaning what? B is the mother of your uncle's wife. So B is your aunt. B is your aunt. Whose aunt? A's son's aunt. But what is the relationship between A and B? That cannot be determined because A's gender is not known. A and B will be in the same gender, that is for sure. I mean, same generation, that is for sure. You understand? Let's assume that uncle is this person's brother. And that person has got one son. B is the mother of A's son's only uncle. A's son's only uncle. This is the only uncle. That son's mother. That son's mother is B. So basically, B comes here. So A and B are in the same generation, but again, since A's gender is not known to us, I mean, A could be the father of this child or the mother of this child. But since the gender is not known, the statement is incomplete. I mean, it's insufficient to get the answer. And there's no point in clubbing also. I mean, you can't even club these two. Can you club these two anyway? No, because if you look at case 1, in statement 1, we are getting A and B in two different generations. In statement 1, we are getting A and B in two different generations, right? In statement 2, we have got A and B in the same generation. So basically, these are two independent cases. These cannot be clubbed at all. So 2 does not give us the answer. 1 partially gives us the answer, but going by the way answers have been used or given in bank exams, we can always go for a closer relationship. So I would say 1 alone is sufficient to answer the question. 1 alone is sufficient, 2 alone is not sufficient. And combination is anyway not required. But this complex relationship, yes, we don't have an answer to this part of it. Okay, so we are taking possibility 1 as correct in case 1 and going ahead with the relationship that A is the daughter of B. A is the daughter of B. Alright, so option A, which is 1 alone is sufficient to answer, is the final answer to this question.